The seeds of the Battle of Actium were sown in the Roman Senate on the Ides of March, 44 BC, when Julius Caesar was assassinated. His designated heir, Octavian, Caesar's grandnephew and adopted son, found it necessary at first to form a series of expedient alliances with other contenders for Caesar's mantle, especially Mark Antony. Together, Octavian and Antony disposed of others and divided the empire. Octavian ruled in the west and Antony in the east, but any hope of stability was soon destroyed by Egypt's queen, a woman of mesmerizing appeal and boundless ambition. Cleopatra had schemed for greater empire since the time of Caesar, in the process becoming Caesar's mistress and bearing a son she said was his. Now she turned her blandishments on Antony. From the time she paid a royal visit to the veteran commander at his headquarters, theatrically arriving in a golden-canopied, purple-sailed barge, Cleopatra held him in thrall. An outbreak of war in the west forced Antony to return to Rome, where he tried to strengthen the fragile bond with Octavian by marrying his sister Octavia. But on his return east, Antony succumbed again and abandoned Octavia for Cleopatra. With the unwelcome alliance finally broken, Octavian crushed Antony and Cleopatra at Actium, hounded them until they found release in suicide, then returned to Rome in triumph to be crowned Emperor Augustus. However, the tangled drama of these three was not yet played out to its conclusion. Cleopatra had 2 sons by Antony. Augustus permitted them to come to Rome, where he made sure they remained powerless to challenge his new dynasty. Toward the young man who Cleopatra asserted was Julius Caesar's offspring, he was not so benign. Cleopatra had named her son Caesarion, and had designated him Ptolemy XIV, her co-ruler and successor to Egypt's throne. Now, of course, Egypt belonged to Rome, and thus to Augustus. But the thought that a possible son of Caesar's was lurking in the wings troubled the emperor. Augustus settled the matter with a characteristic decisiveness. He saw to it that Caesarion Ptolemy XIV was assassinated. According to the historian Plutarch, Cleopatra's beauty was in itself not altogether incomparable, but her presence, he explained, was irresistible, especially to Mark Antony, whom Plutarch characterized as simple enough to trust those around him.